Welcome to Oakley Garage.
We've got the front suspension done in part 2. And in part 3, we're going to be working on suspension for the rear and engine plate and mount so that we can get power. Engine's over there. My dad's cutting two bars that go up. And then after they go up, we're going to put one backwards support. And then one across to the other side, we're going to have the same thing. And a shock that comes down to there. And that'll finish up the suspension in the rear. And now we just got to get the shocks. We're going to go whoop and whoop. And then we're going to put supports that go whoop and whoop. Now those could also be handrails because the seat is going to be right here. And that's where you're going to sit. And back here we got the engine plate. You can see it. It fits the bottom of it fits on the frame. But we got the engine over here. We have a little problem. Because this cover sticks out too far. And that won't be able to clear whatever we put on here. Which, we're going to get a new one of these, which is flat up against here. And I'm probably going to change the crankshaft out for one that has a key and is 1 inch and straight. So we can put a clutch on it. Okay, so we got these things up, bar across, and back support bar. And when the seat's there, there are also going to be handles. I've got some okay welds here. I've got some bad welds down here. And I've got one of my best welds ever right there. The shocks are going to come in from 315 to 515. And right now it is 256. So, okay, so I think we got our box in with the shocks. About to open it up. Oh, another box. Oh, that's all out of the bag. Holy cow. Look at those. Nice. There they are, and they come with the little things so you can make the bolts bolt smaller. They have a smaller bolt. And these loosen and dampen them right here. Wait, no, that doesn't go there. Goes here. And then you can like make it tighter or looser. These side compartment for air. Because these are air shocks. And yeah, these are the shocks we're gonna put on. It's dark out now. We ran to Home Depot. I got this one on. We had to run to Home Depot because I got some hardware to mount these. I ran out. Mounted down there. And also, I need some washers for there also. And I needed new welding wire because I ran out. Over here. So I didn't have the small ones. So we got a 10-pound. And we're gonna try to fit that. But I got that shock ready. It just has to weld the top one. Bottom one's welded. Looks really bent. I don't know. It's fine though. It's gonna go back together when I hit it with it back. Okay. I'm gonna get that welded up after I get the wire in. And that welded up. And get the shock in. And we'll be good. We got the back done. not done, but like shocks are in. They're not fully like, I'm sitting on it right now. They bend in, but they're a little like, they need more strength in them. So we can add air there. And then I'll give it a little strength. Can you watch it bend enough? I'll put you on the ground so you can see it better. And that's working. And tomorrow I'm going to be working on changing this side cover to a flat one so we can mount stuff to it, and assessing how hard it is to change the flywheel. So we got the plate in. I can't zoom in right now because I got the charger hooked up. Got all the bolts out on the other one, but I just wanted to see the before and then the after. So I was trying to get the cover on, but I yanked too hard when I put it on, and I was trying to readjust it, and I pulled the cam and safety gear out. And then these the things that connect them, I forget what they're called. That's connected again. I need to take them out anywhere to replace the camshaft. Camshaft. What's a camshaft? Come on, crankshaft. And so tomorrow morning I'm gonna take off, before school I'm gonna take off the cylinder, all this stuff, and loosen the bolt and try to get the crankshaft out. Okay, so it's the next morning, and I got side cover off. I just couldn't get the crank off because it's on there pretty good, so I'm gonna get some type of puller to pull it off. What's up? We just got the new crank in. I got the cam in, which I did wrong. They're supposed to, the rods, they're the long things that push the valves from the cam, push the valves up and down. And I put them in from this way instead of putting them in from this side, which is the one that has the valves. Let me turn on this light so you can see the valves. I've not set them because they did kind of fall off because my dad like pushed really hard on this and it bent it up. This piece right here, it bent up, but I got it straight. I got it straightened out. The clearances aren't done yet. Safety gear. I didn't realize the safety gear has a dot on it. That's right. It's hard to see on camera. Maybe you can see it here. There. Right there. You can see the dot on the bottom of the safety gear. And there's a dot on the small end of the crankshaft. It's right there. If you spin it around, it'll line up with the cam. But if you spin it around again, it'll line up with the safety gear. So that's how you know you got them in right. And then I got that in. And now on this side, I've got to put, I was just spinning it over with the bolt on the end. I got to put the flywheel back on, right there. And then I'm going to adjust the valves, and then close the side cover, put the side cover on. Oh, and here's the other crankshaft. You can see that's the taper on it. That's for like generators and stuff, which came off a generator. And that's the new one, so it can mount pretty much anything on there. It's got a big key. Okay, so we've got flywheel on. Haven't torqued down yet because I don't know what to use. Got side cover on. That's all torqued down. I used partly new bolts that came with the new kit and the 2 old bolts because I used one of the other bolts up here. That's where the governor was, and I tapped it. I helicoiled it because we don't have just a tap set. Tapped it, helicoiled it, and put that in. I don't know why there's pliers there. And then I covered up the valves because I got those set again. I turned it over a few times. It looks good. Gotta get this, I think it's called magneto on there. That's what gives it spark. So every time this magnet goes down, it produces electricities. That's the spark plug. This red side cover onto there. That covers the flywheel. And I don't know if I'm going to put this air filter thing back on. I'm getting an aftermarket one to go here. So I don't have to put like the 6 bolts on anymore. And it'll have more air. have this bar go across. This is part of the steering kit that I got. The pinion, and we're gonna put that there-ish. Clamp it. Put these here and here, and then run that to the shaft, which is gonna go up there with the big, like a thing coming up. That's on the steering wheel. And now I'm gonna tack that on. And see a second. It works. Okay, so my idea for the rear brake here is I'm gonna have this caliper that came with the axle. This caliper. And I need a new cable because this one's too short. Brake line. I'm gonna put it right there. And then I'm gonna run this bar. I marked it already. Across. And then push this up to here. Drill 2 holes in it where the bolts go in. And these are the bolts from the engines that were in it originally. Pretty much everything on this kart's just all these same bolts, which is nice. I showed the design, and right now I got it all. I got the bar all cut and everything, but my dad's drilling the holes. But we figured out a problem. We can't reach this bar to drill through. See the dot there? Because that one's in the way. So we're gonna break the tacks. Nothing's connected to it, so we're gonna just take it off and then tack it back later. Mount the engine.